What's up guys, Mason here with True Metal Supply. I'm joined today by my good friend, Doug Hightower from Palmetto Roofing Specialties. Doug, we are here at the latest project from Palmetto in beautiful Shelby, North Carolina. Talk to us a little bit about this building and the roof behind us.
Yeah, so this customer reached out to us. We are putting a black Tuff-Rib system supplied by your office in Asheville.
Yeah.
We're using Ultimate wood fasteners there. So we're able to give this customer a product that's going to last a long time for them.
So this is obviously a really beautiful facility they're building here.
Absolutely.
And they wanted a roof that was going to match the aesthetic of the rest of this barn. So talk to me a little bit about the decision-making process. How did the customer choose metal? And then how did they land on the Tuff-Rib style?
So they, of course, were looking for something. They initially reached out to us. They talked about doing 5V because they were wanting that barn style look, barn metal look. We actually talked them into Tuff-Rib on this to give them a little bit better, more durable product at this point, as well as giving them something that was more in the price range they were looking to work with.
So Palmetto Roofing Specialties obviously does a lot of metal roofing. You guys are experts when it comes to this. This is a gambrel style roof, and everybody that sees this building behind us sees that pitch is no joke.
Oh, yeah.
What are some of the challenges you've had to overcome getting a metal roof on this building?
So this particular roof, they actually had insulated the roof with it's styrofoam backed on the OSB.
Okay.
So tying off was a little bit tricky on this project. We had to use longer fasteners than usual to tie off into the framing because we had to reach through the insulation to get to where the framing was. So when we done that, we were able to get tied off and secured, and then our team knows what to do to make sure they stay safe.
So how big is this building? Do you recall?
It's I think 138 feet long.
138 feet long. We got two lean-tos on either side of the main gambrel roof. How long, start to finish, is this project going to take Palmetto?
So for Palmetto, we actually, the side behind us here that you see, we finished in 1 day.
Wow.
So
that's impressive.
The next side is probably going to take a day and a half at the most, because it has a little bit more intricate detail. It's got another gambrel coming out of the side of the building over there. So a little bit more detail on that side and a little more care we have to take, especially at the valleys, to make sure there's no future problems.
Get things flashed correctly, make sure it lasts as long as the roof. So again, the customer chose a Tuff-Rib metal roofing system. This is coated with Sherwin-Williams Weather XL SMP finish, and they chose just the regular semi-gloss black, which is a classic look. Excellent choice. And like you said, they went with the wood Ultimate fasteners from Atlas, and that is the fastener we're constantly talking about on this channel that has that multi-seal washer. They chose not to skip on the fasteners. They chose to get something good because they want to make sure this roof doesn't leak in the future. Is that right? That's
right. Every time we do a Tuff-Rib system or any exposed fastener system, we always go with the wood Ultimate fasteners, or if we're doing steel framing, of course, the ones that go into steel as well, because we want to give our customers the best possible product for the price that they're paying. It costs us a little bit more, but we're wanting to make sure the customer has a product that lasts a lifetime for them.
Well, I know the viewers want to get inside this barn and see what's going on at this project, so let's go take a look.
Yeah, let's go take a look.
All right, Doug, so we're inside of this beautiful barn now. We hear the sounds of roofing and construction above us. And we were talking to the owner of this project not long ago. Talk a little bit about what this is going to be used for here.
Yeah, so they're actually going to use it for cattle shows that they have, cattle sales, and then potentially down the road, maybe some other avenues as well, because they definitely poured their heart and soul into this barn, as you can see.
Yeah, so at True Metal Supply, we do a lot of post frame. They've gone with a timber frame style barn here, which is just absolutely gorgeous.
Stunning.
Very wide open. You can see how how that primary framing was constructed to allow for the gambrel roof style, which is really neat, really intricate, and man, what a property.
You can see the tongue and groove right above where the framing is right there. It just adds that extra depth to it as well.
All right, and so behind us here, behind these two openings, is actually the working barn area. So let's walk back there and we'll kind of see what's going on in that section of the barn.
Yeah, let's take a look.
All right, so this is the working barn section of this beautiful structure. Doug, I'm seeing a lot of really neat framing. I'm seeing these huge LVLs What were they, 17 ply?
Yeah, 17
So,
ply.
I mean, talk a little bit about the functionality of this space.
So they're going to use this for the place where they're able to actually bring in the cows, clean them up, get them ready for the show. Also give them an area where they can, do the veterinary stuff they need to do for them to make sure they're ready for the sale as well. But what fascinates me so most about this space is the intricate details that they've put into even this area. Even though it's just a working barn portion of it, it's still got even the same details, if not more, than the main show area.
All right, Doug, we are on the side that the guys are still working on. So talk through a little bit about the process of getting the roof installed on this side.
So as you can see, they've got everything tied off over here as well. That way we do everything safe, because our safety is our first priority for our team. But once they got everything secured where they can get up there and install the product, they start on the steepest slope there right now, because they'll have to install the gambrel trim right there at that transition to the upper roof there.
So yeah, for people that don't know, gambrel is kind of like a inverted transition because of the way the gambrel style works.
You want to make sure that the water doesn't get up in there, or even bugs and pests and stuff like that as well. Help stop with that, especially when you use the closures.
So talk more about that. Some people don't understand how a closure works or exactly what it is. Talk about how closures help seal that off.
Sure. So closures actually go up underneath the trim piece, and that stops bugs and debris from going up underneath the trim piece into the roof system. Because once the water gets past that point, then that's when you start seeing problems inside the structure. So
even there's a lot more parts and pieces that go into this beyond just the big, nice, shiny panels that we see.
Absolutely.
Going on the roof.
And I mean, a lot of people don't even realize that there's closures for where those trim pieces go, but also even at the eaves of the roof. You use closures at the bottom to keep bees and all from going up underneath the ribs on the panel.
We were talking about that earlier.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a good way to keep the pests and critters and bugs from getting up under that.
Exactly. You don't want them in there.
The metal roofing panel.
We're out here today on this very nice metal project that Rick brought to the company. So Rick, tell us kind of how it came about and the process we went through to land this job.
Oh, we was coming by here, South Post, a local resident here on Ellis Ferry, seen it going up. Nobody really knew exactly what it was. There were some rumors that it was a sale barn, a wedding venue, a barn dominium, a hunting club. Nobody really knew what it was. Didn't even know who was actually building it. Got in touch with a couple buddies, some local farmers here at the Simpson Farm, box grading, some of them guys. I was like, hey, you interested in looking at a metal project for one of our buddies, which is the Westbrooks. Hadn't never met Bryson until this project came about, but just excited to see how it's going to turn out and what they end up doing with it. We'll see when it comes.
Well, that's the good part is, they had a vision of something they wanted, a look that they wanted. So, when Rick called the office and said, hey, this is a project we've got, we immediately called, Mason Yu at True Metal Supply to help us supply the metal for this, and talk about how your process goes through of getting this order from us and then producing that order.
Yeah, I mean, obviously working with great partners like you guys that know how to translate your needs into a viable materials list is great. And once we understood what the project entailed, manufactured the parts, the specifications you guys required, and then you know, brought it out here for you guys to do your thing, which is obviously extremely impressive.
Yeah. So I mean, as you can see the project, but you know, you guys, we don't cut anything here on site. You guys manufactured that all at your warehouse.
Correct.
Delivered all that out here. So when we came to do the project, there's no off cuts or anything like that. Everything is good and cut. And
yeah, we
straight.
made all this in our Asheville, North Carolina manufacturing facility. So this is a North Carolina born project right
that's
here.
good.
No doubt about it. And
That's
John,
good.
as the owner of Palmetto, when you look behind you and see a project like this, you got to have some pride that a customer of this caliber trusts your company. And what's that feel like?
It's great. You know, we have rooted ourselves deep in this market, especially bringing on Rick. And of course Jake as well, and then we just hired a new production manager for up here in North Carolina. So you know, we've got strong ties in this community, and doing a project like this that everybody's going to recognize in the community is very big for us, and really proud of, you know, the way that Rick handled the project. You know, from first estimating till now to seeing the install, and we can't wait to see the finished product.
Rick, when somebody's watching this video and they say, you know what, that's what I want mine to look like, how do they get a hold of you?
Give us a call. Office number is 704-215-4510. You can reach us on another number, South Carolina number. I don't know it.
866-610-2176. That'll come straight to either North Carolina or South Carolina office. We'll get you in touch with Rick, get you in touch with the people that you need to be in touch with to make your project look just like this one.
And we say it all the time, great metal roofing is only as good as the install. And John, we really appreciate partners like you guys that
Thank you.
take the time and attention to install these products the right way.